Hello, I trust you're having an amazing Sunday just as I am here. Like, I'm enjoying myself. I've been to church and back, and it feels so good. And I thought to share a few wellness tips with you. There are some things you don't do on Sunday, and I believe it could be affecting your health. And so I'll be sharing with you 7 things that you don't do on a Sunday that could affect your wellness. Number 1, you do not take water to church. How about that? You may be trying from Monday to Friday, perhaps Saturday if you work on Saturday, but Sundays, it's almost like out of your schedule, it's not on your mind, but you really need to think about it. You wake up, say, by 6 a.m. and you rush off to church, say close at 11, 12. That's almost 6 hours. And if you do not have water handy, it's difficult to ensure that you rehydrate properly and at the right time. So you need to start taking water to church. Either you're buying or you're taking with your water bottle right from the house, and ensure to take some at regular intervals. This will help you minimize stress. Yes, on Sundays you also face stress. Don't forget that. So make sure to take water and use it. Number 2, you most likely don't have breakfast on Sundays. Maybe you're feeling religious, or maybe it's just out of time factor. You're not really having much time, so you just rush off and forget to take breakfast. Not like you're not hungry, and then that affects your sugar levels. And the next thing that happens is immediately after service, you're rushing one pastry around, one junk or a bottle of soda or soft drink, just to quench that dire hunger or thirst. So you see that this thing is really affecting you. And sometimes you just wonder where the weight is coming from, or where you're getting a headache from on a Sunday evening. All right, so how about packing fruits or a smoothie or a salad? Let's just conclude that perhaps you're fasting, or you forgot to take your breakfast, or you don't truly have the time. So what you can do is to have a fruit pack that you would have pre-packed by Saturday evening, have in your fridge, and as you're rushing off to service, you just put in your bag and find time to eat it, either a few minutes before service starts or just immediately after service. That way you keep the tension down. That way you maintain a healthy movement within your body system. Your insulin is not crying for sugar. All right. Another thing you don't do on a Sunday is that when you get home, you do not take water. Yeah, look at me very well. Yeah, I mean it. When you get home, you should take water. This is why. Even when you carry water to church, let's say you go with 500 ml bottle of water, there is every possibility that you won't be able to exhaust that bottle of water. So let's say you take half of it, that's 250 ml in 6 hours. It means that if you continue that way and you don't drink water when you get home, say by 12 or more, it means that you won't be able to meet up with your daily requirement for water intake, and this is detrimental to your general well-being. Another thing is not having a healthy lunch. Okay, I'll tell you a story. You know, a medical practitioner friend of mine once told me that diabetes has become so common in our age for one very singular reason, being that people eat rice every day, almost. You know, and because of that, somehow diabetes has become very prevalent. That when rice used to be a Sunday thing, that there weren't much of diabetic issues, patients rather. And one thing that I see missing is not pairing your Sunday rice with a reasonable amount of vegetables. This could be your greens, irregular ugu, water leaves, tete, you know, or even the salad greens, cucumber, cabbage, any of those mixtures. But make sure you have a reasonable portion of your Sunday lunch packed with vegetables. It is very vital. If you're eating, especially if you're eating white rice, if you're eating your white rice without vegetables, it's not much different from popping a bottle of soft drink. Another thing you don't do on a Sunday is that you do not replenish. Replenishment is one of the basic ideas behind Sunday or Sabbath, as you may have it, because it's a day that you should have time with your maker and then have time with yourself. Somewhere in the Bible, I think in Exodus, it says, let my people worship me and therefore replenish themselves. So after serving God in church, enjoying a powerful service, the next thing you want to do is to create a me time. And a few ways you can do this. Number one is by meditation, setting aside time to think about good things, dream, like they say, dream big. If you like, dream wild, okay? And then while you are at it, reflect on the past week, see where you could tweak your strategies and things like that. And then practice what is called serenity. Set out 5 to 15 minutes. This time you're going to use it to detox from your environment. You're not using your phone, you're not thinking about anything serious, you're just resting. And most likely you can do this either lying down or sitting somewhere very, very much to yourself, nothing disturbing you, you're not disturbing anyone. Do this for 5 to 15 minutes and you will see the level of wellness you will feel when you're done with it. Recently, I started doing it with my family, and on one of the occasions that I practiced it with my daughter, the next thing she told me, from doing it, she fell asleep. And when she woke up, she told me, Mom, this feels good. Really? So if you don't get enough rest, you could be clumsy. And it was quite challenging and interesting to me at the same time that a 4-year-old could have that experience and have that understanding of how these things work. So you see, it's something that you really need to inculcate into your healthy living practice. Another one that you don't do, I can almost bet on this, is that on Sunday you are too busy from service, maybe having a time out, that you don't reach out to your family and friends. And then you spend 1 month, 3 months, and you just remember something, I've not heard from this person, So you need to set out a time, if possible, set an alarm and say, okay, I'm going to call 1 or 2 of my friends, maybe in school or in your church even, or from your family, your relative, your cousins, and things like that. These things build up your social wellness, build up your emotional wellness as well. So you don't have to neglect any aspect of your well-being. I hope and I truly believe that you're going to practice some of these ideas that I've shared with you. And when you do, please tag us along and I'll be cheering you up. Cheers.